it feels surreal for me that I'm today sitting here holding in my hands a book of mine, book number 9, 𝗕𝗎𝗢𝗎 𝗔𝗟𝗖𝗢𝗛𝗢𝗍 on hate, in a hardcover version. It's oh my goodness, it's a beautiful book. Feels real, you know. It's in line with what I, when I was in Zambia before coming to Norway, nearly 35 years ago, that even now to a very large extent, a book is not a serious book until it's a hardcover, and so I'm very happy. I'm touched. It's very emotional. It's an emotional trip. It's a beautiful book. Feels good to hold, and play with. Nice weight to it. And how many pages is this here? It's 225 pages, and a premium white paper print. Look inside there, the picture, the background picture of the cover, coming out clean there, showing the Oslo Town Hall, Oslo City Town Hall, and the National Opera, favorite iconic buildings in Oslo, all for me. And it's a very nice print in color. 𝗕𝗎𝗢𝗎 𝗔𝗟𝗖𝗢𝗛𝗢𝗍. Your author there, his logo, company logo. It's very beautiful. The book is dedicated to my uncle, Mr. 𝗕𝗍𝗢𝗎 in Zambia, and who's turning 8 years old today, actually. Happy birthday, Dad, and I wish you all the best. Unfortunately, I cannot be there to celebrate you, but we'll work these things out in time. Live strong, stay there, keep the faith. This book, the dedication text here reads, "For my paternal uncle, Mr. 𝗕𝗎𝗢𝗎, with the highest admiration, pride and joy, gentleman, legend in your own time, honoring your 80th year of life in 2023. I had just arrived in Zambia in 1975 when you sparked off my desire to write books one day when I'm grown up. Your private library at home afforded me my first and lasting intimate connection with books. Here's to you, sir. Love you very much. Wishing all the best. Hope to see you soon." And the epigraph is by Maya Angelou. It reads, "Hate. It has caused a lot of problems in this world, but has not solved one yet." So I'm looking at the concept and practice of hate from 5 perspectives, and I call this, the chapters of the book is responses, 5 responses. And response 1, it's defiance, personal integrity, fortress. I'm responding to hate, as direct towards me, my person. And it's followed by romance, of course, love in art, hatred antidote, and the next is both South Africa and the United States of America responding to white supremacy issues, racism, and all that. And then it's also, at the top of it all, about hate is the violence, that peaks in wars. So the whole of last year, and I was very into, responding to the war in Ukraine, and essentially this book here, about all the pieces here, I wrote in 2022. So it's a very special, a special book. I worked with it in a way that everything is new, that I could shelve everything else to the side, all the other writing projects, and just give more focus on this book here. It's been a great fun, and I'm very proud of it. So if you love poetry, and if you would love to hear what I think, what I feel about hate, do get the book. And it's also in paperback version as well. And yeah, the hardcover is a newer development, with Amazon, who I use. I would like to congratulate and thank them, for the continued development. Amazon has problems, of course, labor relations and all that, so, but that's another issue, and I hope that in time, things will work out fine with respect to how they treat people. And then it's also in ebook version. They are available on Amazon. You can also contact me directly to see if I can. You can have signed copies. In 2009, I found myself sitting in a court of law in Sweden in a drunken driving case, a very stupid case, and I'm asked, about what is my relationship with alcohol, and then I go on about the classic, no, I'm a social drinker, I drink occasionally, when I'm at parties or eating, and I notice the court, the court officials, and the few observers that were there, they're looking at me like, what's this guy talking about, and until the prosecutor, I think, says, all right, but do you have an alcohol problem? And then I say, no, I don't have an alcohol problem. And then I see, people, taking notes, and all that. I understood later that, remember, this is going, this dialogue is going, in Swedish and Norwegian. We understand each other. I understood later, many years later, as I grow in the system, in the language, in the culture, that I should really have said, what translates to, I have a distanced relationship with alcohol, and they would have understood immediately, and that's really what it is. I have a distanced relationship with alcohol. My first taste of alcohol and getting drunk there and then was when I was 12 years old, and even then, that's because I was experimenting, I was so curious. My mother had left me to take care of business. That one afternoon she had gone to the movies or something, and I was looking after the shebeen business, and I would sell beers and stuff, and but I'd been so curious, over a long time, what makes drunk people behave in these strange ways, and for some reason I decided, no, I'll take a bottle of brandy, drink straight from the bottle, and wow, that was it, and of course I got into trouble and all that, and that was it. The next time I recall, and that's when I started drinking, like, in what would be like almost a regular basis when I go out partying. I was maybe 19, 20 years old in Zambia. But I must say that, you know, I have never, to this day, I don't drink alcohol out of an irrepressible urge to do so. When I drink alcohol, you know, I get caught up in the groove, you know. It's basic things, you know, like dinner, nice dinner, or parties, you know. I get caught up, you know. I'm a party animal, you know. So I drink, I get drunk, you know, and I live happily ever after. And if there's trouble, you know, and I get burnt and pay the price, you know, and all that. And you know, in that sense, I would never describe myself as having an alcohol problem. But then, you know, people around me or might judge for themselves, you know. This is important in the context of what I'm going to read for you from the new book. And I was asked by a brother, a close family friend. We're like brothers. Our mothers were both Shebeen queens, and both parents, you know, they drank, you know, heavily. And my brother, but that never happened to me. And in this book here, Machona Mother and Shebeen Queen, I narrate, you know, Shebeen life, you know, and also I demonstrate how, as a business model, if it's run properly, you know, alcohol selling business is just fantastic. It's a fantastic money-making machine. And the poem that I'm going to read here is called Booze for All Men. It's on page 103, and it's onslaught 28. And all the pieces, you know, that I write, you know, it's you know, are my attacks, you know, on hate from different perspectives. Booze for all men. All men drank. Established a pattern for alpha male superstardom ideals misconceived in my midst. All mollassed in apartheid induced misery, numbing oppression, pain blues with booze, dying slow but for sure. Sugar disease, fermenting, packed in fat bodies, can't breathe, knee on neck from a keg, gunpowder liquified, ticking time bomb in bodies obese or thin, man or woman, child or youth, same disaster. I rose on a pedestal, all eyes on me, from the first swig on the flight to heaven, fanciful. Never could I account for the last swig. Each time I came to, seeing that I'm all by myself, stuck in the mud of hell. When I had thought I would drown my sorrows in booze, I'm burning in hell on earth. No eyes on me when my swag is gone. I could be a street dweller dazed, 𝗕𝗎𝗢𝗎𝗏 thrashing my soul, not knowing whether I'm dead or alive. Stale booze stench oozing from my body. In a puddle of puke, I could have emerged from a pit latrine, 𝗕𝗎𝗢𝗏𝗏. Starving stray dogs and 𝗕𝗎𝗎𝗏𝗏, choosing to rather not devour my body, breath from my mouth, nauseating mongrels. All this from boyhood days, innocent, ignorant of ways of the world, impressionable to manhood years of Mandela land, Mzansi for sure, tenderpreneur, sleaze age of short-lived, innumerate multimillionaires. A lifetime in which heroes and heroines come and go in Lamborghinis, Maseratis, burn rubber in Ferraris, demising fast in Range Rovers, roaring as lions, contented on highways, so they could be whirlwinds, 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗙𝗢𝗢𝗙 appearing from nowhere, disappearing to nowhere. Destruction trails on their tails, nobody cares, as all shall bite the dust anyway. It's only a matter of time, that's all. Stars and starlets in my midst took one swig after another till they couldn't find steps to pit latrines, just as well I reckon. Alone on their own, this and that moment in time, couldn't care less, shit in their pants, laughing stock of the town, lost their face, story of my life, all eyes on me for the shame. Jammer, shame toch, na le money o wele, haba shebaloi, bo fake millionaires, ba corruption. Do they think we don't know about state capture stooges, looting state coffers, impoverishing Mzansi people for sure forever? Big Zondo wash them in public, big time, dirtiest laundry in the nation. They might as well go and booze themselves to death in despair. The poverty-stricken buried in pauper coffins, funeral socially distanced, locked down long before COVID, when finally kicked the bucket, splashing Omboti over Eskom, short-circuiting the land. Load shading is the name of the game, baby. Jwalampula, Amanda fists unclenched, impotent, hanging down, powerless against the gravity, manhood drained, balls deflated, waphela umoya, aphela amandla. Sure as the sun shall rise tomorrow, I lived the vicious cycle of running two ever new rounds of golden swigs after swigs, from wet to 𝗕𝗎𝗢𝗎 to 𝗕𝗙𝗙𝗎, guggled my throat with Soweto Gold Lager, tasteless at this stage, illusion of discerning man of 𝗕𝗎𝗢𝗎𝗢𝗎, living it up in all the eyes on me, hero showbiz, tragedy loaded on the script by default. I woke up this morning, my head to toe, Dolce and Gabbana dressed to kill attire, ripped and torn, threads hanging on my body, feeling naked. My skin blue, body over, pain excruciating beyond alcoholic anesthetic wall. My eyes bluer than blue. It's a wonder I can breathe. Cacophony splitting my head, surely not Jack Dejonette Sibongile Kumalo International Sound of Jazz. Bruised, grazed, gashed, I might have been hound attacked upon falling off my pedestal, head first, half dead in a drunken stupor. My shoes are gone, my feet are cold, my socks are gone, my watch is gone, my gold is gone, the glitter is gone, my diamonds are gone, the bling is gone, my belt around my neck, I should be gone, my Viper has dodged me, the car is gone, the V10 600 horsepower engine is gone, the rumble is gone, tingle up and down my spine is gone, my women are gone, my children are gone, all I see is gone, all of me I see gone. As of this moment I declare, booze, I'm gone. With you I'm done. My desire for you is dead. With you I'm nearly dead. Before my earthly duties I have done. I didn't fight for freedom of my land, so I can die like a fly in alcohol when I have a land to build, when I have people to help emancipate from mental slavery in Mandela Land, in dire need of Rainbow Nation rejuvenation 2.0 for sure. This time you go down without me, booze. I have work to do. Amandla Gawame Victoria Eserta. Before you go, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the poem. If you did, please confirm that by pressing the like button below. And if you like the stuff that I do on the channel here, please subscribe. Please help me grow the channel by subscribing. That gives me motivation and inspiration to want to do more work here. I need your support. Your support is very valuable indeed. I'll see you soon with another presentation. Peace.